Yes, hello one and hello all to Ghosts of Boyfriends Past. You join us on a Quickie, a little mini-sode.
You know how this works. You've been here before.
Yes, very good to have you here, all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready for some questions about love, romance, dating gone by. Questions-themed mini-sode, this one.
Correct.
So we're going to jump right in. We have had some wonderful responses from our Ghosts of Boyfriends Past group therapy group on Facebook.
God, I love our group therapy group. Can I just say, I love it.
Jump along there, join in. It's like-minded people. They're self-running. People ask questions. They give advice. They give feedback.
Memes.
It's meme. It's me. We are the meme queens on that little group. So join us there. Otherwise, some questions, Elizabeth.
Now, I put the question out if anyone had any questions for us. This one was messaged to me privately because I gave people that option as well.
Yes.
I have said that I can call this person Isabel. So it says, Dear Liz and Tom from Ghosts of Boyfriends Past, how are you? We are well. Thank you, Isabel.
Pretty good.
I mean, we're here. I'm going to downgrade it to we're here. No, we're well. I may be in need of some advice. It's for me. I'll be confident enough to say that. My boyfriend, 24-year-old male, we're going to call him B, is going on a holiday to Tasmania in under a month. Now, this holiday was organised with his best female friend. B didn't ask me if I wanted to join or be okay with the trip. And I've been told by other friends of B's that this female friend does not know what boundaries are.
Oh.
What would you do? What would either of you do in this situation? And then they said that B knows I'm asking for advice about it since I've been stressing about it. Okay. Now, here's the thing.
Okay.
Here's the thing, Isabel. This exact situation happened to me.
Oh, did it?
This exact situation. And I think where my advice is coming from is how much you trust your partner. Because if you trust your boyfriend, then there is nothing that this female friend can do. Not if you trust it, like if he is trustworthy, then there is nothing that this female friend can do that will break that trust. Now, in my situation, it ended up real bad for me. I don't want to scare you, but the amount of protestation of how crazy I was for being worried about this trip was directly proportional to how much sex he had with this friend on that trip.
Sure.
I'm not saying this is the case for you.
No.
What I am saying is that you need to communicate, right? So the thing that I didn't do with my partner is I said, it's making me uncomfortable. He said, I'm crazy. End of conversation.
Yes.
You need to communicate that it is making you stressed and the reasons why it is making you stressed, and evaluate whether the answers that he gives you make you feel secure, and also evaluate whether any insecurity that you feel is coming from a place of previous trauma or from the actual situation. And sometimes what helps that is writing down different bits of evidence for or against any situation that you might be happening. Because usually when I do that, I realize that I actually don't have a lot of evidence to back up the I'm not going to say crazy. That was the first word that came to my head. But to back up the feelings, thank you, producer Zane, to back up the feelings that I'm having on the situation.
So because going on a trip, I don't know, because part of me says you can't have friends if you're in a straight relationship, you can't have friends with someone who of the opposite sex. You can't do it. Just cannot happen in a relationship. It's just there's no way. It's too complicated. It's too weird. You're going on a trip to get.
Okay, when Harry met Sally, settle down.
That's part of me. Part of me sort of feels and believes that. So you sit down. The conversation is going to be. So you two are going on a trip together, and I'm uncomfortable with it. Is that her question? Is that?
I think it would be more like sitting down and kind of going, well, clearly Isabel says that B knows that she's stressing. I want to know what B's doing to reassure you.
Yeah, and yes.
And I want to know the things that B does that makes you feel secure, and I want to know have you communicated to him exactly why this makes you feel uncomfortable? Do you have a previous relationship precedent where they would ask you to do things like this with a female best friend? Because usually if anything bad is happening, a change in pattern is one of the first signifiers of it. So do you have history in this relationship of your partner saying, hey, I'm going out with this person, is that okay? And all of a sudden they've booked a trip and haven't told you about it.
You might be used to to older to previous games rules that aren't being applied in this one. Yeah.
I would naturally be nervous because I have past trauma. However, I don't feel that everybody has to be nervous in this situation.
God, no.
And as long as you sit down and communicate,
I think the largeness of the activity is casting a bit of a shadow. If you're comfortable with going to movies with a female friend, going to dinners with the same female friend, smaller things, and that's fine. Maybe the size of going on a trip together maybe the bigness of that is
this female friend might not be good with boundaries, but is B.
Yeah. So your early instinct.
Are they sharing a room?
Yeah, good question.
I think you just need to ask questions and make sure that you're acting on evidence, not on worst case scenarios going in your head.
Own fear, your own bias.
Because you can drive yourself absolutely crazy. But if you communicate and if you genuinely trust them, then you have to trust them. Start with trust.
If you can trust the chap, then the conversation.
And if you don't trust them, what are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you doing? That's all I have to say.
A little open-ended question at the end of that one. But thank you for writing in.
Yeah.
It's a little sticky,
nice,
that one.
Yeah.
But
I don't mean to scare you, Isabel. My situation was very shit. But in my experience, the more he told me I was crazy for being upset, the worse the situation was. If he had have turned around and gone, hey, it's okay, nothing's going to happen. But he's like, why are you always so upset with all the things that I do, blah, 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 blah. And that's textbook deflection and projection.
Yes.
So, yeah.
I agree. I'll toss a question into the arena, Elizabeth.
Let's go one more because that was a pretty long question.
Yeah, okay. How long after their breakup, those people over there, them, how long after their breakup should you wait to make a move on person X that in their relationship that you've had an eye on? A day, a week, 6 months. How long before you make your intentions known? How long before it's going to be case by case.
Are you friends with the ex? You're friends with both of them?
Let's say you're running in this. Yeah, you run in similar social circles.
Have you hung out one-on-one with
you're
the ex
asking for
before?
a lot of. Have you hung out one-on-one with who before?
So let's say this is me.
Yes.
Have I hung out one-on-one with the ex-girlfriend before?
So the partner of the man that you're interested
Correct.
in. Yeah, you have. For fun and games.
Then
why not?
I would make that off limits until I had spoken to her. If I am good enough friends with her that we have hung out one-on-one and sought out each other's one-on-one company, that unless she was okay with it, I would not.
Then
However, if we had not hung out one-on-one and we were only in the same circles,
superb.
I mean, first of all, I don't make first moves. I wait to see if somebody's interested in me.
Well, what if you did, Liz? What if you were the kind of person that
I'd say when they are healed from their breakup trauma was when I would potentially make my move.
So you sit yourself down on the sidelines and you have to wait. You wait for them to be cured and healed and better.
Because if you actually genuinely like this person, inserting yourself into their life when they're still fucked up from a breakup is a really dumb thing to do. Producer Zane has pulled the microphone down.
You're not the main character.
What's happening?
I want to throw another wrench into this hypothetical here. What if you were friends in that you had hung out one-on-one with them, but the thing that had broken up the relationship has also ended your friendship with her? So basically, she's done something that...
Okay, well, if your friendship is over, then I revert back to when the other person is okay to start dating again.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
There you go. So that
you can test the waters by being a little flirty flirt. But if somebody turns around and goes, thank you for the flirting, but I'm not ready, then you back the fuck off and you promise and focus on being as good a friend to that person as you can.
Because on the in a vacuum, as a one-off human being, that's a very nice and noble intention to do. To say, I'm going to wait for them to heal. I'm going to let them grow and flourish and all that. But you're unfortunately not the only person that probably has eyes on them, right? So what do you? So you there's an aura maybe of competition or not wanting to be forgotten.
I don't like to be competitive when it comes to dating.
These are just the random, the horrible thoughts and intrusions that will.
So I'm not
going
to be the type of person who's like, oh fuck, they might get snapped up by somebody else, so I better put myself in there. You know, like I'm all for. I've always been a. Maybe if we're just friends for a really long time, they'll see me. Maybe if I take my glasses off, they'll finally see me.
Yes, that's all it is. That's all it takes. Yes.
No, I just think it's important that, like, first of all, you figure out if they're keen. And second of all, you figure out if they're ready.
Yes, you've
got to have both those things.
You've had feelings or have been in love with whatever for this person for months and months and months and months.
Oh, I'm in love now.
Or no, whatever. You've had your head turned by but they haven't.
What if they've never fucking considered you? Like, how awkward would that be? So, you know. And also, what if you only just recently started liking them, and then they go, "Oh God, has this person been liking me for our whole relationship?" That's really fucking awkward.
Could be.
It's about good communication and making sure that A, they're keen, and B, they're ready.
I'd love to know, dear readers, have you had to wait for the time to strike? That sounds awful and attack, but in order to land a date with someone.
Is there a waiting period for when you're allowed to make a move on an acquaintance's ex, and how close a friend do they have to be before you need to push that time limit out?
A week? Do you do a respectable week? A month?
Respectful week? A week is not fucking respectful.
But are you in the sort of shark-infested waters of the dating, the sort of dating and hookup culture where people are just
very
waiting.
Fucking dramatic.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm all amped up.
People aren't waiting to pounce. It's not fucking. Hunter-gatherer predatory bullshit. Producers
Tom's coming from the world of theatre, and like 1 week during a show.
Yes,
actually, that's true.
That's a long, very respectful period of time.
That's true. That's true. I was just thinking of a different circumstance that another friend of mine has found herself in, and a week's a real long time.
so there you go. I'm not insane. All right.
In the real world, it's not that long at all, and you need to give someone time to heal.
Yes.
I think it's also got to be proportionate to the amount of time that they spent with the other person, right?
Yes. A decade in a relationship will need more time than all right, 3
this is
months.
Becoming
get out of here.
Long and generous session. This is a quickie. We're meant to be one and done,
all right.
2 and done. We're done. Is the point?
10 pieces of rubbish picked up and the stairs checked. Everybody before we leave.
Since when do we do that after quickies? I got homework after my quickie. Jesus Christ.
I like making it.
If you've got any questions that you want to write in, you can put them on our Ghosts of Boyfriends Past podcast group therapy, or you can write them into ghostsofboyfriendspast@gmail.com, or hit us up on any of the social medias. We've got a lovely lot of questions that were written in this week, and we will get to them. We will get to them on other minis. There's a couple that I want to save for when we have experts, because I don't think you and I are qualified.
Good.
Absolutely not, and I'm not putting.
Smart.
But yes, until then, thank you so much for joining us on another quickie, and write in your questions.
Yeah.